Yesterday, surely we had a market holiday, but a lot that happened on the global front and the Asian market front. While US markets managed to close in the green, we have Asian markets that are following that cue and have opened up in the green as well. Look at the Taiwan index managing to hold on to gains of 0.8%. Hang Seng too is holding on to strong gains, 0.8%. Most of the indices have opened up in the green, whether you look at the Nikkei, that's Japanese index, or the ASX 200, all of them are holding on to green. That AI-related stocks which saw a fall in yesterday's trading session. Now today seems like there is a bit of a relief coming in there as well. So all the indices opened up in the green. Even the Kospi is managing to hold on to green, and that is why the Nifty implied open GIFT Nifty is indicating a bit of a positive start for the Indian markets. As of now, just a 30-point uptick, but that is what we're keeping an eye out on. A positive start for our markets following the cues from the Asian markets. But a lot of action that happened and came in overnight in terms of the Indian markets and the global markets as well. The team of researchers here to set you up for trade, tell you which are the important stocks to watch out for, as well as the cues in the world of F&O. First up, let's go across to Hormaz, who's here to tell us the important cues that we're keeping an eye out on today. Good morning, Hormaz.
Good morning, Vinny. And 2 days of cues that we need to digest, but we're expecting some recovery in today's session is what the GIFT Nifty is indicating. Well, the last 3 of the last 4 sessions, the Nifty has ended lower. What will also not please the bulls is the fact that for the last 5 sessions, we've been making lower highs and lower lows. We managed to break past Monday's low as well on Tuesday and ended close to the lows of the day. That is also something that the bulls will not be pleased about. But more than the index, the bulls will be displeased about the Nifty Bank's underperformance, because after closing above that mark of 58,000 on Monday, the Nifty Bank failed to sustain those levels and closed below it despite the rebound seen in SBI after its results, and it yet managed to end near the lowest point of the day. Now, what we need to watch out for in today's session is that in case there is any further declines on the index, that could open up the October 17th low of 25,508, and that might come into play just around 90 points away from those levels. Now, on the upside, of course, that 25,750, 25,800 zone continues to remain a congestion for the index. The same is the case for the Nifty Bank as well. Although it recovered 100 points from the lows on Tuesday, it still managed to end lower, and that 57,650, 57,700 zone could act as a potential support for the Nifty Bank. But a close above 58,000 and sustaining above it is very important for those bullish sentiments to sustain. What we need to watch out for today, of course, is the weekly expiry of the Sensex contracts. The stock specific action remains the key, because there will be a plethora of earnings reactions Tuesday after market hours, Wednesday's earnings, all of them, and some important earnings today as well. Watch out for the Supreme Court questioning the legality of the Trump tariffs, and that could just play some sentimental impact on the market as well in case there is any potential recovery. Also watch out for the MSCI inclusions with Paytm, Fortis, GE, Vernova, and one more stock which was included, which is Siemens Energy. That will be part of the standard index, and 2 names, Tata Elxsi and Concor, they will be excluded from the standard index. So for now, a mild positive start is what the GIFT Nifty is anticipating. It remains to be seen whether any potential recovery gets sold into today as well.
Absolutely, Hormaz. Thanks so much for that. But let's go across to Sudarshan now, who's here to tell us what is the cue or what are the important things that we're keeping an eye out on in the world of F&O. Good morning, Sudarshan.
Good morning, Vinny. So after falling for 2 days continuously, now the hope or big question is, will the market reverse those losses? And the reason I'm saying, because the earnings announced over the weekend, most of them have reported earnings. Those were largely in line or slightly better than expectations. And the cues that we are getting from global markets also are not looking that bad. And on the back of that, GIFT Nifty for today is indicating a start with minor gains, currently up around 25 points. But as far as the previous day's session is concerned, we have seen FI selling both in the cash market as well as in the derivative market. In the cash market, they have sold almost 1,100 crore, but DIs have bought more than 1,200 crore. In the index futures, the sell figure by FIs was more than 2,000 crore. Now the longs exposure has reduced to 15%, and they continue to add the short positions. And previously also we have seen addition of almost 12,000 contracts. In the options data, on the call side, 25,700 and 25,000 call options were healthy, where we have seen a premium coming down. But on the put side, premium continues to rise for both 25,250 or say 25,200. So for now, range has expanded from 25,200 to 26,000. That's a support. First support will be 25,380. Remember, Nifty is trading very near very important level of 20-day moving average of 25,590. So it will try to hold first 25,400, but 25,380 is the key support. Resistance remains around 26,000. For Nifty Bank, support would be around 57,400 and resistance around 58,120. Two stocks that I'll keep an eye on. First one is Delivery. It has also announced earnings, and ahead of earnings, it was seeing fresh longs. And apart from that, keep an eye on Dabur. Previously, we have seen a huge up move in the stock, and it was seeing fresh longs. So I'll keep an eye on both these names.
Okay, keeping an eye on both these names as well as that resistance, 26,000, that also remains key for the Nifty, but keep an eye out on that. Thanks so much for that, Sudarshan. But finally, we have Upasa who's here to tell us which are the important stocks to watch out for in today's trading session. Good morning, Upasa.
Good morning, Winnie. First up, let me start with Britannia. The company has reported its Q2 numbers, and mind you, it's a stellar performance. It's a stellar EBITDA performance as well. Revenues largely in line. And as business impacted by GST transition. Now, company has also appointed Rakshit Hargave as the CEO of the company for 5 years, is what the company has indicated. Next up is Berger Paints. Overall, if we see, it's been a soft quarter for the company. Net profit down 25% on a YoY basis, revenue up just about 2%. Indigo, seasonally, it's been a weak quarter for the company. Net loss reported is at 2,582 versus net loss of 988 crore. But overall, if we see, the revenue is up about 9%. Blue Star, overall, it's been a mixed set of numbers. The company's UCP segment reported a muted performance, while overall EBITDA margin expanded by nearly about 100 basis points. Revenue up about 6% and PAT up 3% on a YoY basis. Whirlpool overall reported a weak set of numbers, revenue down 4%, EBITDA margin down nearly about 160 basis points at 3.5%. Cainstack, overall, the company has reported a good set of numbers, largely in line with the street estimates. Revenue up 58% and PAT up nearly about 102%. Garden Reach, a good set of numbers again reported by this defense major. Net profit up 56%, revenue up 45% on a YoY basis. Now coming to BEML, now this quarter has been a weak one. The net profit down 6% and revenue down 2.4%. Now coming to the other stocks, now RBL Bank will be in focus on the back of the block deal according to the sources. M&M is likely to sell entire 3.4% stake in the company, and block size is nearly about 682 crore with a floor price of around 317 per share. So we'll be keeping an eye out on that as well.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Upasana. But on